What's going on, guys? How are you all doing? Today's video, I want to go talk a bit more about 3v3s, leading up to some more of the streaming I'll be doing this week in my own rounds of what I want to be testing with these new GLs and counters and whatnot. But I wanted to, in this video, talk about some like must-haves that you should be always using every single round for your GACs in 3v3. These ones could be just more about, you know, how versatile they are. They could be more defensive oriented. They could be more offense oriented, you know, getting more max banners, maybe stopping some teams, getting some more holds on the defensive. And these are just 10 I've chosen that I've found out and looked at my old histories in 3v3 of what they've been doing for me. And just like looking at it from this perspective is like, if I don't use these guys, I'm kind of hurting myself because I could have used them somewhere else because they're so valuable. These are very valuable characters in 3v3. So I want to start us off by going over some of these guys. This is not like teams or anything. These are just characters. I just thought I'd just go into this squad management stuff and use them this way. So this first one here is going to be Shock T. I'm going to have 10 of them here. The reason why I have Shock T here on this list is because she is a multi-faction character. She has both the Jedi faction tag and also the Galactic Republic faction tag. So she has a lot of different uses. She can be great for the Jedi with JKR if you want to use her there. Maybe underneath a Basilisk Sean leadership. Or if you wanted to, you could use her with the clones and even like a Padme team as well. So there's so many uses for her. But one of the biggest reasons why I like her, on top of just how versatile she is that she can regain some more protection on her training exercises special ability. And that is a very huge ability, especially in threes, to get some more banners. So this one, partnering that with a cleanse as well and some more debuffs or dispelling on her basic. So crucial, guys. I feel like she is a must-have. And if you don't use her, let's say you keep both Gas and Shock T for offense, and you don't use Shock T, well, I would say try to next time make it so you can maneuver around your roster and your defense and offense to make sure you do have a spot for her, because she is so important for 3v3 and even in 5v5 and like really any game mode in the game. She's so good. So next one here is going to be Hermit Yoda. This guy is pretty much here just for the healing capabilities and the durability that he gives out to the team with surviving the big boy hits. So this one I use personally in threes with my Kylo, and I kill other GLs with Hermit Yoda as well as Wat Tambor. So I use him here with my Kylo usually most of the times. If I don't need him with Kylo, I usually save him for either another GL like a Rey, or I just use him probably on the offensive with like some more Jedi. But this is a pretty awesome and key character for Jedi and really any other teams. He's just so universal in 3v3. I mean, I've seen this guy being used with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder and getting some nice little synergies there with the revives, because with that character he revives whenever he has a buff. So with Master's Training he has that revive loop going on and on, right? But that's not how I use him. I use him for rather the GLs. So I like him because of his Master's Training buff he gives out, some more assists, some more dispels, and some more big boy hits and defense rather, which is always good. And then you got the massive heal here with the protection and the foresight for Jedi, which is amazing. I mean, this is just such an amazing character in 3v3 as well as in 5v5. You give out some more health and protection, and then the Jedi allies gain some more TM. So, I mean, this is just great all the way around the table. If you have the Zetas here, you get the foresight on to that big heal, on the massive AoE heal. And then if you have this one, which is a really actually great Zeta in my opinion, is whenever somebody with Master's Training is defeated, well, he resets his cooldowns. So it's amazing. You can pretty much always have Master's Training up if you want to, which is why this works pretty good with that nice little fun team with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, which is really good. But the majority of his uses is just for healing and topping off your characters and your offenses. And if you don't use him, you got to use him in really any team. He's just so good. So that's him, Hermit Yoda. Next up here is 3PO, and this is a character that I would always use with my Rebels, but now I might swap it up. I mean, I might still use him with my Rebels, but I feel like he's going to be really good with JTR. I mean, he always has been, but especially now with some more different fun teams I want to have planned. So, I mean, this guy has so many faction tags. He's a droid, he's a Galactic Republic, he's a Rebel, and he's a Resistance. So, I mean, if you're not using 3PO already in any of your GACs, then I think there's something wrong with you, because this guy is just so dang good. So he has a lot of debuffs that he applies. He has confuses. He stops some of the buffs with all the confuses and also TM gain, and he also TMRs. as well as exposes if they're rebels, and the assisting as well. I mean, there's so many good things here with this character. There is nothing bad about him, so I feel like this is like a no-brainer to talk about. You should always use 3PO. I mean, it doesn't matter wherever you want to use him, just use him. I remember using a Thrawn lead with Nihilus and also 3PO, resetting the cooldowns of the characters so they can spam their heals and their fractures and their annihilates while he's stealthed. And it's a great team to use. You can use that really wherever you wanted to. Probably not going to be useful versus some of the better teams in 3v3, but it can get the job done versus really anything else. So that's like one team, but I like using him in 3s with JTR personally because I have my split with the Rebels, with CLS and Han and Chewie with some other guys. So I like 3PO. Definitely use 3PO, guys. Do not forget about that guy. And the next up here is Thrawn. This is another pretty easy one to talk about. He has a fracture. You can stop a character. This is a 3v3 scenario, so you can fracture one of the 3 characters, which is huge. Putting out one of them in timeout and then having other guys help out is amazing. And then you have his TM swap with more health, or rather, I think it's just more protection. Let's go into it. Yeah, just more protection, and you dispel the buffs, the debuffs rather. It's amazing. This is an amazing ability, especially in 3s. You can cycle back turns over and over again. But mainly just to top off the characters in 3s, make sure you get full banners. And he can come very, very clutch with killing and cleaning up Kylos and Reys with his fractures. So always want to keep him as a cleanup guy. And then if you don't need him as a cleanup, well, he can be useful with Nihilus and really any other character to just kind of kill and clean up another weaker team in the back walls. So what I like to do with him is, if that does happen, I already can one-shot a GL. I use him with Nihilus with just those two, cleaning up a team, and I'll get full banners. If I see a Padme, though, I like using Nihilus with underneath, rather, a Thrawn, as well as a pre-taunt like a Shore Trooper, and that can also kill Padmes, which is a very, very nice thing. So definitely always want to use Thrawn. He's always going to be amazing in this game, especially in 3s. So next up here is Malak. Malak is here because he's Malak. He stops some Sith TM gain. He inflicts fear if he is crit, or if he is inflicted with a debuff, rather a damage over time effect. And also, he can drain life somebody. So this is a no-brainer. You can use him in a lot of different situations on defense. In my opinion, he should always be on defense in 3v3. But if you wanted to, you can probably use him on offense for maybe like a nice solo. But personally, I like him on the defensive. Where I like to use him on defense is with a full-on Darth Revan Sith Empire team. And he needs to be there to stop some of the Sith TM gain, as well as the annoying taunt he has and inflicting those fears, which is amazing. So I love Darth Malak. You got to use Darth Malak somewhere. Do not forget about this character. And I'm sure nobody does, because he's just so good, as like all these other ones. So that's that first little 5. The next 5 I want to go over are some more interesting ones I've thought about. You know, some are really, easy off the top of my head I was thinking of, but some of them are a bit different. So let's go start us off with Old Ben. So Old Ben here is one I thought about because in 3v3 with his leadership, he has some insane evasion and makes it very, very annoying to kill. Yeah, you could take like a very, very strong team like a JTR, a CLS, a Gas, a Padme, a Darth Revan versus a team with Old Ben lead. But if you don't take one of those guys in and you want to use something a bit weaker, well, this has some RNG with the people attacking with all the dodges and the TM gain. So this is a great character. That's one big point for him, and where you should always use him is on defense. And this kind of goes for really any evasion leadership in 3v3. It makes it a lot more tough to beat the team, or really just get full banners, because there's a lot more evasion, especially with his leadership giving him a turn meter gain. It's so good. The favorite team of mine I like using with Old Ben lead is with him, Spirit, and Droideka. That's my favorite team right there, with all that TM gain from the foresights, the dodges, and the evasion all the way around the table. It's a lot of fun. But if you don't want to use him there on defense, definitely keep him on offense if you want to, because he is great with the Jedi. He has a massive mind tricks here. So dang good. I actually have a team plan with with Jedi Luke, with him and Wat Tambor killing a Darth Revan, and I kind of want to test that out because he's looking pretty promising there. But mainly here for his taunt, whenever he dies, he gives out some more buffs and some more healing, as well as the mind tricks. But I do like his leadership with the evasion. Really, any evasion leadership in the game with 3v3 is very, very strong in my opinion. So that is Old Ben. Do not forget about Old Ben. He's really good. And then next up here is some more Jedi here. The last one on this list is Jedi. Mr. Jolie Bindo, pretty much here for his revives. He has a call to assist. He has the basic that can, I think this one heals a bit. Yeah, he heals a little bit, but mainly here for the revives with the Jedi. So you can use this guy under JKR with GMY and then, of course, him. Or if you didn't want to use him, and let's say you have some more of your Jedi built out, like you have a JKL already, maybe, heck, you already have Master Luke. Well, guess what? You can probably toss him on defense with perhaps a Master Luke team or other Jedi to get those revives off. This guy, in my opinion, is mostly for how I'm using him with all these different Jedi. I'm going to be on defense. But if I didn't have these guys built out all the way, I would definitely use him on the offense with my standard JKR guys and all these other Jedi, right? But I do like his revive. My modding here isn't the best. This is actually pretty garbage modding with how you want to use him. You want to typically go for more tenacity build to make sure you don't get any stunned, or rather any crits on him, so he can stay alive longer for the revives. But pretty much he's only on this list for the revives. And I've gone a lot of GACs and even 5v5 where I totally forget about Jolie and I don't use him, but you gotta understand how powerful that revive is. So definitely do not forget about this like I have in the past. He's so good. Next up here is going to be Bastila Unfallen. This one's pretty easy for me because she is a massive pain in the butt in threes, especially with her fear that is on a low cooldown, but also inflicts fear on 2 different targets, one on the target enemy and on a random one. And guess what? In 3v3, there's only 3 people, so it's going to land on 2 of those characters if they are able to land the fear on them. That's one big caveat, but most people are not immune to fear. But I mean, just imagine her not being used on offense, guys. That is a huge missed opportunity. I say that when I don't use her on offense personally, but I love using the whole Darth Revan trio on defense. It's such a great team. But do not forget about her. If you have her available on offense, please use her. She is so dang good with EP. Those 2 guys can actually 2v3 a lot of different teams and GACs. But my favorite part of using her is with the whole Darth Revan trio. She has a massive fear. She has a CBM on her unique to stop some more debuffs happening, and she can make them lose some TM rather, and some more crit chance and counter chance loss. It's a great character. Use her both defensively or offensively, guys. She's going to be so good. Very strong character in 3v3. One of the best ones in my opinion, actually. And then up here we got Wat Tambor. Wat Tambor is here because of his tech. His tech is universal. It's so dang good, guys. I think it's on this one right here, the Overseer. Not wrong. Maybe it's this one. There it is. There's all the tech. So you got the tank tech, you got the weapon tech, and you got the other med pack. So this one's definitely should be used. In my opinion, if you have a Galactic Legend, save him for offense all the time, without a doubt, with your GLs. Save him for a Kylo, save him with a Rey. You always want to save him with a GL so you can kill a GL for sure in your 3v3, so you can at least full clear them if you know they set GLs all the time. If you are not at that point in the game where you don't have to see GLs at all, this guy, in my opinion, is a bit better on defense because the techs are very annoying. You give this out to like an Old Ben while you're using Old Ben leadership, all that extra protection gain, more foresight, it is very annoying. So it's a great character, especially in threes. Like I said, if you are fighting more GLs, definitely save him for offense with other GLs with that tech. But if you don't see as many GLs, or really any at all, definitely save him on defense, in my opinion. He's so strong. He can be used everywhere, guys. Ideally, you want to use him with a tank if you can on defense, though, for the taunt and the extra protection regain. So that's him. Wat Tambor. And the last one on this list is Zalbar. Why is Zalbar on this list, you might ask? Well, I actually am not a huge fan of the whole Old Republic guys and that whole team there with Karth. I do like Mission, but I do not like Karth. For some reason, I've never been a fan of Karth lead. But Zalbar is on this list because of his plug-and-play potential. Really not really potential, but just like how he is in the game. He's just so plug and play, in my opinion. One of the best tanks in the game because of his Wookiee toughness unique. This is not a Zeta, this is just his unique. He gains 20% defense stacking every single time he gets hit from an attack for 1 turn. So it's only for 1 turn, but that defense over time can get crazy strong, and he's going to be so hard to kill. So you can use him with a Karth team if you want us to, keep it very simple. With how I am in my Division 1, I always have people with OG Kylos with Relic 7. And I don't want to set this team if they're, if they have that character. I don't want to set that Karth team because it's going to be an easy full banner win. So with how I like to use him, I like to use him with either a new team on defense. I could do a Dooku team as well, or really any other scoundrel team because he is a scoundrel. He could be great with Kira. He could be great with really any guys in there. I've been thinking of using him actually with Han and Chewie on my offenses and killing something kind of strong, and then keeping my CLS and Chupio for something else. Kind of mixing up the rebels right there. But I mean, the armor shreds here are very powerful. and also his basic. A lot of dots here, guys. A lot of dots. Mission does have some major synergy with Zalbar, but you can pull him apart if you want to from Mission, and he's gonna be just as good, I feel like. The main thing here is that he taunts whenever somebody goes below 100% health, rather. He has a bit more critical avoidance and that protection that he recovers at each of his turns with all the dots. But mainly that defense. That defense is killer. It's so good. Actually, this is a great Gear 13 if you want to go to the lengths of Gear 13 somebody. So Zalbar is great for defense. He's an amazing tank, guys. And with all that being said, that's pretty much my whole list today. These are just 10 characters that I feel like should always be used in 3v3. They are so valuable. These are some very valuable characters. You always want to be using these guys. They're either great on offense or they're great on defense. Stopping some more guys, making them a bit more annoying to kill. Definitely great in 3v3. Please do not forget about these characters, guys. I have misplayed and I've forgotten about a lot of these guys before, and it's kind of made it a bit harder to get full clears and win in these GAC rounds. But please don't do that. Make those rights. Don't make those wrongs. And with all that being said, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, give it a like, share it around, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. We got some Discords, we got some Patreon links, and we got other links down below in the description box. Go check them out, guys. If you have any other characters you feel like I missed here on this list, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.